I can do this
No,
smoothly.
let's start it.
So, all right, we're gonna change the theme song a little bit today, right?
And this time, we're gonna get funky.
Rest in peace to DJ Casper.
Oh, I was
you
like,
know?
this is what we're gonna do every week.
No, it's not. I said for this time. You know what for this time means?
Everybody clap your hands.
All right, go ahead.
Welcome everybody to Kasson Avenue, aka Not a Podcast, episode number 188. I'm your host Adam, here with my brother Osama, and the dog is of course here as well, getting his chew on. Rest in peace, DJ Casper, man. This song has been around probably as long as I've been along, and so that's pretty crazy. He was a Chicago legend, you know. Round of applause to him. Also, rest in peace to Magoo, another big name. I like to get all the somber shit out of the way early, you know. I don't want to glaze over it though, because these are people who have made a large impact in a 50 year of hip hop. It's sad to lose a lot of big names, but it happens, you know, of course. But yeah, man. So rest in peace to them. Thank y'all again. I'm gonna move past it, not to glaze over it, but move past it. Just keep it on. Just keep on keeping on. You know
What did Mr. Cheezel say in Grandma's Boy? Harness the good, block out the bad. Harness the good.
It's like, which means that I would
out the bad.
underestimate somebody close to me. Whoa, where do you get your weed? From you.
From you, Dante.
Yeah, clearly we've watched that movie quite a bit. I can probably quote the entire thing.
I don't think I could do that. There's movies I can, more than likely, but I can't do that one.
There's like 3 or 4 that I could probably just like line for line as I go through. Tenacious D is one of them.
I don't have the time to sit there and watch the movies over and over again as I used to, so I don't really.
Well, but we used to. That's the thing. Like, it's not like I watched Grandma's Boy yesterday, but I can tell you what happens in it.
Okay.
Anyway, man, hope y'all are enjoying your weekend out there, or if you enjoyed, because by the time this comes out,
It's Tuesday.
We've been through that.
Looking forward to the next weekend, maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of which, I mean, next weekend isn't it, but you do have a birthday coming up. You know what I mean?
It's 2 weeks.
You turning extra old and whatnot.
We still got some time.
Well, word. But do you have any plans? Any
No, nothing right now. I would like to do stuff, but I'm not gonna. No, I would really like to be out of the country for my birthday. I don't believe that that's going to happen.
It's unfortunate.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. You know, you got other things you got to take care of.
It's true.
But I will plan for a trip maybe, honestly, as soon as possible. But for now, I don't know. I don't really. It seems like no birthday is inconsequential because
Do you just feel like I'm getting old now? Why do I celebrate this? Is that what?
No, not at all. In my mind, I feel like I'm probably younger than you in your mind.
Yeah, no, but you can feel that way, but in a literal sense.
Oh no, in a literal sense, my body hurts. But no, I mean it's not an inconsequential birthday, but at the same time, like it's 38. It's not like
Well,
it's not a huge. I mean,
I don't know if you know this, but there's a thing called the 38 special out there. You know, 38.
Yeah.
They make special because it's 38.
Never heard that before. Not once in my life have I ever heard, other than the pistol you're talking about. I've never heard anybody say, "Hey, you should celebrate. It's your 38 special."
You know, you'd probably celebrate it if you had like that J line where it's like, used to think rapping at 38 was ill. Last year alone, I grossed 38 mil.
I mean, yeah, I think you're fair in assuming that if I was somebody with $38 million, I would spend my birthday
but if you gross
in
40
some place
mil.
out of the fucking city that I actually live.
But if you grossed 40 mil the year before, is that disappointing now? Like we didn't make as much profit last year. I've never made that kind of money, so I thought
No shit.
being
You
able
don't
to ask
say.
about it,
I thought
Ask about
I
me.
thought you just lived very frugally.
I do.
I thought
do.
you had $38 million in your bank account.
You know what the funny thing is that you're the only other person who would say that. If somebody came in this room and they were like, "Oh, you got 50 pairs of shoes, you got a drum kit, you got a cool little box," they would think a whole lot differently.
I would think you make like $2,500 a month.
Hey, that's offensive. I make at least $3,000 a month.
It doesn't take that much money to have a drum kit, and 50 pairs of shoes.
That's incorrect. There are levels to shoes, all right? These are not like the...
Over the
it's not
years,
like I
you
own
could have
50 pairs of Skechers.
Yeah, but you haven't bought 50 pairs this year. You bought 50 pairs over the last like 10 years.
I'm just saying, man.
It's like 10 pairs of shoes
like
a year.
People hear how many shoes I have and they think it's like a waste.
Well, I think you're misrepresenting.
I don't.
You should tell them.
I always have a nice pair of sneakers on. There's a reason for that.
You can say that I've accumulated these through the years and I just take care of my things.
I say, well, it sucks that your shoes are terrible, you know? Anyway,
I can see what type of episode Adam is trying to have today.
Yeah, the silly one, which is like how I always feel to have an episode or something. It's the Air and Water show this weekend, so that's pretty cool. I was watching the news earlier in the morning, and our cousin's on there. He's at North Avenue Beach.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Chicago has an annual Air and Water show. It's been going on for
It's where they show us like entertaining things from the air to the water.
Yes. No, we're but it's been going on for a long time. But yeah, so a lot of people probably don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Air and Water show.
Well, come here and find out, man. What the fuck you want me to do?
Yeah, but
got time to explain everything.
I haven't gone to that in a long time though.
Me neither.
I'd say the last time I went, I can ballpark it like 2010. 2010ish, I think, and I got like severe sun poisoning. Like I remember, I felt like I was dying in the sun.
Well, the sun is pretty severe. I was listening to Bill Burr's podcast this week, and he said there's some theory going around that the sun is actually Satan hiding in plain sight.
And what God is the moon?
I don't think he would be the moon. I think I don't know.
The freaks come.
They didn't really get that. They didn't really get that.
The freaks come out at night. The freaks come out at night.
But I said, that's kind of fucked up if he's the sun.
So if the devil's the devil's the sun in plain sight.
But then what didn't make sense about that is like if you ever watched any vampire movie ever, they can't go out in the light. So, but they're anti-God. So it's weird. I don't know.
How do you know vampires are anti-God?
Well, because they are about like the dark side.
Well, maybe they just happen to be on the dark side.
And when they go into a
maybe
church, they can't go into a church without having a similar burning effect as going into the sun.
I mean, maybe that doesn't mean that they don't like God. Maybe God don't like vampires.
Same shit.
Maybe that's the problem.
Hey, listen, man. If you don't like me, fuck you. That's how I feel. So, like, that's probably the same thing for them.
Vampires aren't real, dude.
Are they? There's a Transylvanian world.
There is definitely a specific tone to this episode that Adam's trying to create, and it is the most goofiest of. I swear to God,
I'm all about a goofy tone.
Yeah, I know, but everything you've done is goofy today, so far.
No, that's not true. Come on, I had a somber beginning.
Yeah, and then you got it all out of the way, like you said, and went straight to jokes.
Well, you know what reminded me is that they had DJ Casper's funeral today, right? His homegoing service, and they showed that as his dying wish, that in his funeral,
nobody can ever play
they danced to his song. So all the funeral people goers got up and they did the Casper slide.
Part 2.
I don't know if it was part 2. I don't think so. They didn't have the audio. They were just showing people clapping and sliding. So
they were all just doing it by memory.
No.
That's talented.
No, it was on the news. So they didn't really get like an audio in there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, honestly, that's not the worst. I mean, at the very least, you see them enjoy it one last time. Though you don't really see that because obviously you're dead. But I mean, other than that.
Well, listen, man, there hasn't been a wedding that occurred since like 97 or something like that. I don't know exactly when that shit came out.
Oh,
but there hasn't been a wedding that has taken place without that.
How do you know?
Every wedding I have been to has had it.
Yeah, but
been
that's
quite a bit
like
from
4. You've been to 4 weddings since 1997.
It's not true.
Listen, I
wish that was true.
I think it's highly likely that has not made its way to all weddings. Somewhere, somehow, there is a very Caucasian corner of the world.
No, you're wrong, brother. Those white people are the ones who started making it a trend at weddings.
I don't know about that.
It's the only song that it can disregard your lack of rhythm, and you just listen to what he tells you to do and do it.
Yeah, but
that's the perfect white people wedding song.
A lot of people don't know left and right.
Well, that's fucked up.
And how to count.
Well, you get a couple beers in you, and that's when it all starts.
Listen. I don't think that I'm sure it's missed.
There's Arab weddings that don't have it.
Well, there you go.
But already. I'm saying there's just mad weddings that do have it.
You didn't say that at first. You got to see me what you say. Say what you mean. This dog is repositioning himself.
Same thing with
the shit out of this rawhide.
Same thing with a few R. Kelly songs.
Who?
R. Kelly.
Why are you bringing up R. Kelly?
Man, listen. I don't give a fuck. Nothing is off limits for me to them. The fuck. The fuck.
Okay. Anyway,
I'm not gonna it's not like I'm saying anything offensive. I'm just saying that he has songs that are played at weddings, which is a fact.
They are.
All right. You
No, I don't know what
a flow killer for somebody who's been doing 188 episodes of podcast.
I didn't know where you wanted to go with it. I was like, R. Kelly, yeah, they played him at weddings, sure did. Where else do we go with that?
I guess nowhere, man. All right. Well, also, I went to the Crosstown Classic Cubs game, Cubs versus Sox on Wednesday, right?
Another Chicago event.
Yeah. It's like the Subway Series in New York, but like the Crosstown Classic because it's not New York. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll get you.
So, I got some free tickets because I went to go and gamble and shit, and they were like, "Hi, you won." So I was like, "Great." And then
That's your story on how you got
that's
tickets?
how I got the yeah, pretty much. Like, listen, man, gambling is becoming like the #1 industry in Illinois somehow. Like, just blew up over the last few years.
And you're #1 industry right now.
And so the companies that like, I guess they own the machines. They put like little membership boxes in. You go in there, you put your phone number in, and then randomly they have giveaways, and I was the recipient. So that turned out nicely.
So what did they give you?
Tickets, $100.
Describe what they are because people don't know. Not everybody knows how that setup is at Wrigley.
Oh, so 2 free rooftop tickets. Basically, they rented out the roof area. Basically, at Wrigley, outside of the stands, there's additional seating, and the buildings.
Well, it's not additional seating from the
no, they
stadium.
own all the buildings now.
They do? Mm-hmm. Okay, so initially they didn't.
No, they didn't,
Initially they were just neighborhood homes that people happened.
A lot of revenue from that World Series,
Yeah,
man,
people who yeah. But these are homes that people initially owned and just were able to take advantage of the roof.
Yeah.
Right. So they created this rooftop where you can see into Wrigley Field and they can charge, whatever to get in, and there's drinks and food, and it's a rooftop a whole day event or whole afternoon or what have you.
And just like the actual stadium, they stopped serving after 7:00. You can't get beer anymore or anything alcoholic.
And then Adam, like he just said, I guess Wrigley or the Ricketts have purchased
Sounds like
the homes over there on Waveland, huh?
Got the Ricketts.
We basically do because they're a fucked up ass family.
Yeah. But so yeah, it's like additional seating now, obviously owned by the company or the family or whatever. Just additional stands. Like you said, free food and drinks when you go up there. It's included in the ticket price. And then they keep speakers around the edges so that you can hear like the radio broadcast of what's happening, whatever. So as part of the fact that it's air and water show this weekend, they were doing test runs. So we were on the rooftop and shit, and they had like the fighter jets come through and like as they knew where they were, right? Obviously they don't it's not like they're blind up there. So they knew they were going over Wrigley, and they would just gun it extra fast, and you'd hear like some of the sound of them breaking through the barriers.
Oh, dude, when they break the sound barrier, that shit is crazy.
Yeah. It was super cool.
So,
and I got a funny story about this game too, man. It's hilarious. Right. So when I left after the 7th inning finished, and they were down 3-0.
What time was this?
After 7th inning, 9.
You didn't want to stay till the end?
Man, listen, Cubs, Sox, everybody is going in every direction to go back home.
How far did you park?
I did not want to. I parked by Old Irving Park. One of Sarah's friends has a house over there. Yeah, and I Ubered from there. Yeah, I wasn't trying to get all.
Yeah, an Uber after that would take a lot of. That money would be crazy.
Yeah, and it was just I didn't want to be
okay.
In the mix
All right, I just was wondering if you were on your old man shit.
So I'm on my way back, right? Like I think in the bottom of the 9th, I checked the score and they were 3-1. So I was like, oh, cool, Cubs scored, great. Got home, went to sleep, whatever. Spoke to mom.
Oh, you missed that?
So I got home, went to sleep, spoke to mom in the morning, and she was like, "Oh, how was the game? Like I saw that they won," and I was like, "They did what?" I was at the game, didn't know they won.
I can't believe.
Check the score.
I can't believe you missed that.
It was the most boring fucking game of all time.
I understand, but I can't believe you missed that.
That's like we were gunning through these fucking innings. Like there was nothing happening. The Sox winning, I was like, I don't really care. Not a huge baseball fan, whatever. I went because I had free tickets, and I couldn't sell them because I had to just bring my ID and show them I was on a list. It's fucked up. But anyway, yeah, they won, and I didn't know that until the next day.
Adam missed a walk-off home run for the Cubs to win.
Yeah, 2 people on base, next man up, batted them home, and called it a day.
I can't believe you missed that. That's like
it
terrible.
took until I mean, come on, man.
Obviously, that's what a walk-off is.
Yeah, that's why I stopped myself.
I mean, listen, I get it. But I understand the reason you left, but that's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
How the hell you end up missing that? Though, like that's like leaving.
As I'm like driving away from the fucking stadium in the.
That's
in
like you
cab.
leaving when the Bulls were down at in Game 6 in '98, and you're like, all right, guess they're gonna have another game tomorrow, and then
that's
you leave,
different because
then Michael steals the ball from Karl Malone and then shoots the game winner, and that's it.
That's a much different story because I like basketball a lot.
I mean,
and
but it's
would've
like you
been
did
there.
that.
No, it's not.
It's in the sporting event.
really not.
It is.
It's not.
Same vein.
It's not.
Yeah.
Because I would have stayed for that. Especially with everybody already had the thought in mind that hey, this is probably Michael's
Was
last
everybody
game.
else leaving that game? Mad
Mad people left, but it wasn't empty yet.
They left, or they went somewhere else to watch the game more.
Maybe
I wouldn't have left though if I would. In hindsight, I guess.
if I knew they were gonna hit a fucking walk off, I probably would have stayed. But it also just would have made getting back home a fucking real terrible process. I mean, listen, man.
You're right.
Wrigley
I'm
is
not going to dispute that. I'm not disputing it.
Wrigley
You're
is
right.
a very crowded area, even without a game happening.
And I'm not going to dispute it. I'm not going to dispute it.
But yeah, so that's what happened there. A cool little practice flight that they were taking in the beginning of the game. And it was funny because there's been some trades and people who didn't previously play in Chicago before this year were playing.
Yeah.
And they're talking about it on the radio, and they're like, you can see some of the confusion on some of the players' faces. Like, what's happening over there? Like, are we in war right now? Like,
No, it's just regular shit. This is like the civil war of sports in Chicago for baseball.
yeah. So that was cool. But
That's good. That's good.
first time I've been to a baseball game in a while. No peanuts or Cracker Jacks. So. As the song goes.
Why not?
It wasn't included in the rooftop. I had a burger and hot dogs, some chips. They had ice cream. This motherfucker said ice cream, B. Then their beer selection was pretty low. It wasn't great, so I just had some Modelo's while I was there.
Okay. Well, that's cool.
Then they gave me a shirt as part of this, right? Because you also get apparel items.
It didn't fit?
No, it fit because I chose the size. But it didn't say Chicago Cubs on it in one single spot. It had it had Gold Rush, which was the name of the company who provided the giveaway, and then it said,
well, I mean, that's branding. You're not going to be able to just put Cubs anywhere you
"Well,
want.
what the fuck, Cubby blue? Same
Dude,
blue." I compared
up.
it to a shirt I have in there.
He's destroying that rawhide. Anyway, so what else is going on, man?
I mean, that was the majority of it. Pops is in the market for a boat.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
A round of applause for him
Round
because
of
that man
applause.
has wanted a boat since the day I could remember hearing anybody talk.
Really, that's the first time you ever heard anybody talk. He was
like,
it was like,
Flo, I want a boat.
It was like you were tuning the radio and it came. Yeah, yo, I'm looking to get a boat. Be like, oh shit, that's the first thing I ever heard.
That's what I remember.
That's like that's what you remember mostly about your childhood. Is
Either
Pops
that
wanting a
or
boat.
him teaching me or trying to help me do math and not being very happy about it. One of those two. The memories. So he finally found a boat that he wants, and he decided, man, fuck it. Fuck it.
He's about to
Get in a
retire
boat,
soon. It's time
bitch.
to get some. I was like, start enjoying everything, man. Do everything you can.
Now, Mom. First of all, it was funny because she didn't know anything about this initially. He sent me a text, and he was like, "Hey, check out this boat. You want to come with me on Saturday? Go look at it." And he said, "By the way, don't tell your mom."
Yeah, he said I didn't tell your mom yet. I was like, okay.
So then I saw her on Thursday. I took Thursday off work because the game was like a 7:05 game. I was like, "Fuck it, I ain't gonna get up early. I don't want to do that." So I went to go and hang out with her at her job because she also works at one of them gambling spots, and she was like, "Oh, come see me at work." And then I got there and she was like, "Oh yeah, how's it going?" She's like, "By the way, I know about the boat." He told
How
her
did she find? Oh,
he couldn't keep it in.
he's excited.
He's excited. He's giddy about it. So
Look, he's like, hey, Flo.
so he was going back and forth. He's looking at it through a dealership, and the dealership is like any other dealership where they're trying to squeeze as much out of you as possible.
Trying to fleece you.
so
Which
he's like-
I don't understand why that's the word. Why wouldn't they just say trying to fuck you? Like fleece doesn't make. What is that? Trying to just like make sure I'm warm?
Because when somebody says, "Oh, they're trying to fuck you," that can mean a few different things.
Well, it's all up to context
The
and your
definition
ability
A-
as a human being to understand that.
Well, I mean, but some people are really terrible at things.
Whatever. Anyway, so
Yeah, so they were like basically, yeah, this is the price of the boat. We can give it to you for this. And then later on, he comes back like, oh, my supervisor got an offer for $300 more. And then he was like, check it, yo. This dude cashed his hope. No, he was like, I'm not like. There's another one. I guess he found another boat that was for sale, like 2 or 3 years newer and like $1,000 cheaper. And he was like, the only problem with it, he's like, could probably be a little bit less clean, whatever, But he told me that, not the guy. So
Like, did I tell the wrong person that?
So I guess like the guy went to go talk to his
Your
supervisor.
negotiating tactics are terrible.
You shouldn't have said the quiet part out loud.
Interesting strategy, Cotton. We'll see how it pays off.
So they figured it out, whatever, and came to an agreement on the price. And I guess he like sent him $1,000 as like a deposit. And then we went there to go and check it out on Saturday. Daniel also came with us, little brother. For those of you who are new, welcome by the way. We went.
I don't think anybody's new.
Well, we dropped one and then we picked one up. So I don't know if it's the same person or not.
Yeah.
So anyway, I thought that like what we're gonna do is go and take the boat out underwater because that's how Pops told me he was gonna.
Underwater?
No, underwater.
You said under.
I did not.
You did.
I just slurred it. That's the problem. So I thought we were gonna go and like
Sink the boat.
get the ins and outs of this boat a little bit more than what we did. Basically, we went there. We talked to the guy who he's been in communication with. Got in the boat in the storage house that they have it in. It's not in water. It's just whatever on the trailer.
Yeah, I wouldn't assume they just keep all these boats sitting in water everywhere.
Why not? It's a fucking boat. It's not like you take the car and that's not.
You
on
know how
the
much
street.
space they'd need to put all these boats in water so they don't crash
But
into
they
each other?
literally
Just-
have like that little part of the shoreline and Channel Lakes. They have it right behind their dealership.
It's
part of it.
Channel Lakes.
I said that.
You said
I didn't say chain of
you
lakes.
said Channel Lakes.
Yo,
dude.
this is all recorded. You can go
We
back.
can go right back. You
go listen
cannot
to it.
talk today.
Listen to it on
You
Tuesday.
just said Channel Lakes.
I want you to listen to it on Tuesday,
Okay.
and then
All right,
and
when
then
you
and
say-
then
when
and
you
then slap yourself.
What if you hear yourself say Channel Lakes? Because that's what you said.
We'll
It's
figure
almost
that
like
out.
you called it Channel Lakes, but it's Chain O Lakes.
Well, it's kind of a channel, It
Which is
brings them
also a
to other lakes.
stupid name, if I'm gonna be honest. Who the hell was like, well, we could just name this. It's really just a chain of lakes, so we could just Chain O Lakes.
Somebody definitely had that thought process.
Like, Bob, you're a fucking idiot, but I like it.
You're crazy, but I
But
like
you.
There's a
fucking-
most. You said that you're old and you went to a club that closed at 5 p.m.
Oh, so I only bring it up because the name of the place was called the Hunt Club, right? It was just like I'm talking about 5 p.m. It was like Russian Division. Literally, I mean, we would go from there to like fucking Golden Nugget, or that's how we would end our nights a lot of the time.
Nasty.
Golden Nugget?
Yeah. Fuck.
What would you rather? IHOP? You fucking punk bitch. So it was called the Hunt Club, right? I only bring that up
where you went to
because
hunt?
we're talking about names, right? Like how things are named.
Yeah. We were
While
all
I
here for
drive
that.
through the suburbs sometimes, your eye will catch the street sign. So there's a
Slim baby ride
there-
rims through the suburbs.
There's a street I see, and it's named Hunt Club.
Huh.
Now,
Okay.
what would possess somebody to call this? Well, this street should be named Hunt Club Street. I mean, I know it just seems weird
Is
to me.
that how we care to proceed?
Yeah,
over pronouncing every syllable of words,
The Hunt-
as to not mix up and make any confusion based on the words that we speak.
Wait, what are you saying?
Oh, because you've been on my case about how
So
I
you
pronounce
weren't
things
going to
today.
comment on my story. You just were waiting to.
Yes, pretty much. Yes.
Fucking asshole.
There's a street right over here. It's called Shoe Factory Road.
I've seen
Now I've
it.
been on both sides of that road.
There's not-
I have not seen the Shoe Factory.
Hey man, sugar factories all. I mean, shoe factory or sugar factory? Shoe factory.
Shoe Factory.
Sugar
Now,
factory's
which is
pretty
funny
terrible too,
because
by the way.
as we made our journey to Antioch to go to the Chain O Lakes
There you go.
area,
It's not the Channel Lakes.
there was a shoe repair place that was closing to make room for like a yoga spot, and I said, "Man, the art of being a cobbler is like a dead art, you know." So maybe it was a shoe
I
factory
think
on
the
that
cobbler is changing though. The cobbler nowadays, if you look at it, is a more of a. I mean, I think there are still ones that
Like
do
sneaker repair
Yeah,
people now?
like before it was like leather shoes, which there's still those very niche places that people do those types of repairs. But now because sneakers are such mainstream, I guess attire, for both men and women, and a lot of them have become highly sought after or pieces of art that people want to keep in fairly decent condition, but then they also wear. A lot of people are ended up being like really good at repairing shoes, reattaching soles, repainting.
finding crazy ways to just clean everything. Like I
Yeah.
saw a video where they
Where they used
literally
to- they-
removed a whole sole and they took everything apart just so they can clean it.
Yeah.
And they put it back together. I was like, that's an extra step.
You
of
see them
restoration.
using the steam cleaner and the drill brushes and all that.
I'm like, that's detailing.
That's basically shoe detailing. It's basically, you can call yourself a shoe detailer, you know, because that's essentially what you're doing.
Yeah, because cobbler sounds funny.
Yeah,
Especially because now it's it's also a dessert, you know?
peach cobbler. I think it's always been the dessert. Not
Well,
just now
not that
itself.
now it is, you know, you get what I'm saying.
Well, now
It's a dessert and it's a profession.
Peach cobbler seems like it's shit. You know, there's some really terrible desserts out there. Flan can go fuck itself.
I'll say this, Tres
Like a-
Leches is probably the best one that they...
Say that one more time.
Tres Leches.
You say it just
Tres
like
Leches.
fucking gringo over here.
I don't... Listen, man, I'm not about to, like,
Can you
put
roll
on
your
a fake...
R's?
Yeah.
Roll your R.
Tres Leches.
No, better.
Tres.
No. Do it again.
No, I'm done with this.
Maybe this is a new fetish thing. Subscribe. Tres leches. Right?
Yeah,
Tres.
yeah.
Tres.
Yeah, tres.
Uno.
Tres
dos.
leches.
Tres leches.
3 milks.
Is it three?
I like 3 milk
Is it
cakes.
3 different milks or is it like just 3 milked tiers?
I have no idea.
Yo, but no
if
lie.
you are somebody who's made a Tres Leches 3 milk cake before, is it
No,
like
it's-
chocolate milk, strawberry
it's
milk,
probably,
vanilla milk?
It is probably the best cake.
It's delicious.
Made correctly.
That shit's delicious.
But we're talking about terrible desserts. And
Yeah, nah, I know.
flan.
Just want to give you the end of the
I
spectrum.
want to say
you know?
flan. It's the worst. I don't even understand why people go. You have to wait. Or no, what's the one you have to wait for? A long souffle?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, those are also terrible.
Anything that is made with coconut, nah, bruh.
Also can go fuck itself.
Yeah.
No, but
Yeah, I ain't about it.
Like I've literally watched flan. Just look. I'm appalled by the consistency. It looks like
It's called flan.
It's like it's all gelatinous. It's all nasty and shit.
Yeah.
I don't like it.
Nah.
I don't like it not one bit.
Nah.
It's all mushy and whatnot.
Hey, you can leave that shit over there, all right?
Yeah.
Is there any other things we need to discuss involving dessert, or we just
No,
went
I
from
was just-
cobbler to flan?
I mean, we just kind of been bouncing around from conversation to conversation, you know, talking about food and whatnot.
Yeah,
I
true.
had caught a little bit of case of the food poisonings on Friday, man. It was
That's rough, man.
It was trash. It was trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was
tough out there.
It was like progressively getting worse every time I went back to the toilet.
You can get the BGs and shit.
No, I'm glad it didn't get to the point where I had to take a shit too. Right? There was points.
I don't know if that's official food poisoning then, because
No, there
typically
were-
food poisoning is coming out of the ass and your mouth simultaneously. Pause,
Well, I
pause.
think it depends on what the food poisoning degree of severity might be.
Yeah, but if you ain't got the runs, I don't know if that's.
So I will say there were points where I was like, maybe I might need to, right? But I tried to forget about it because I didn't. Are you good?
Yeah, no, I just double checking on.
I tried to forget about it because I didn't want to have to do the transition. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Word.
I guess if you have to throw up and then poop, that's not
We
so bad.
live in a world of transitions.
So if you got to throw up and then poop, it's not so bad as if you had to poop and then throw up, right? Because depending on how quick your
Stank ass toilet.
yeah, you know, like that's not cool.
That's nasty.
But it's 100% a possibility.
it is.
You know, I was thinking there was a couple things that went through my mind while I was throwing up, as they usually do.
Nothing goes through my mind while I'm throwing up other than I hate throwing
you
up.
don't get random thoughts of just
no,
like,
man.
You know what I was
just hate it. That's all.
you know what I was thinking about? So I left work early Friday to do that, right? I was like, all right, V, let's go get some drinks and have some food and whatnot.
Yeah.
So, but before that, I had been making sure my protein intake for the day was where it needed to be. So I was
Just big chunks of chicken just coming out.
So at a certain point, I'm just throwing up, right? I'm like, oh man, this sucks. And
Just hanging out,
and
throwing
I'm,
up.
and I'm like,
you know, doing what I do.
I'm like, oh man, this sucks. And I was like, wait a minute. At this point, I'm probably throwing up a lot of what I ate today already. I was like, I wonder if I've already got the protein from this meal.
I really hope my body absorbed these nutrients.
I was really hoping. And then I've been. You ever heard of the artist, that Mexican OT from? You heard that Johnny Dang song?
Wait, are you saying like that Mexican guy OT, or are you saying that's his name is Mexican
His
OT?
name is that Mexican.
So he's
OT.
an overtime Mexican? Is that what it is?
That Mexican in Texas or something like that.
Oh, I don't
But
like that.
you never heard that? So there's a song, and it goes like this.
And they go a little something.
So
Like
I
this?
don't know. You may have heard it. It's been fairly, what's that word? Popular in the last however long. Here, I'll just play it real quick so you can hear it real quick.
Well, here, put it to the mic. Let the people hear it, you know? So we all have an idea of what's happening here.
Okay.
Let's get it
It's
started.
currently
in
playing
here.
on Vivi's phone right now, so I can't because Vivi's on my Spotify. That's a beef I got to tell you about. I can't change my... So Spotify, technically,
Yeah.
I should have 2 accounts on what I pay. Do you know why I can't?
Why? Why?
Because the email I used is my school's email, and I have no access to that email.
Damn.
So if I were to cancel my account, I lose all my playlists.
There's nothing you can do to like go in and change the email that it's associated with?
No, because I'd have to be able to
Check the settings and the profile?
Because they're sending the confirmation to that email, so I can then change all settings.
Well, that's stupid. People change their email all the time. There's probably something in there.
I've looked. I've tried.
Look again.
I tried.
Hey,
but
hey,
anyway,
look
so
again.
he was on this guy. He's pretty funny. This Texas rapper, but he's country as hell. So he's got good music, but he's funny, man. One of the videos, he got like no shirt on, right, with a
He got like titties?
cowboy hat on. He's a little chunky.
Well, you just
he got,
look like you were holding a titty.
no,
when you did
he
it.
got a chicken in his hand.
Oh, Lord.
So I say that to say he was on that Flagrant podcast with Andy Schultz. So I listen to that a lot. Is it Andy or Andrew?
Both, I guess.
That's probably the same thing, right?
Yeah.
All right.
What else you got, Andy?
Yeah. So he was talking about how he had eaten some bad salmon or something, and then how he had a bad like bout of food poisoning. And he was saying at one point he just got in the bathtub and leaked.
Ugh. That's nasty.
Like, can you imagine? Just like I can't stop. Blood.
You gotta like remove that bathtub and replace it now.
You better have a nice ass tub with good drainage.
That's fucking nasty.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I don't know. I like my bathtub to be clean.
Yeah, but there's no.
Because
nothing
that's where
worse
I
than
wash
feeling
my
like you got to
ass.
take a number 2 while you're number 2ing out your mouth.
You gotta fucking do what normal people do. Sit on the toilet and get a garbage can and puke into the garbage can as you shit.
It's not the same. I don't think.
Sorry for this
puking-
compelling content of disgustingness.
I don't think it's. I think using a garbage can to puke is terrible.
I think puking in general is terrible. It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
I
where
mean,
the
you
fuck
want to
do
make it, but you want a cold toilet bowl to put your face against, right?
No.
You ever thought about like, man?
No, man, again,
I didn't clean
I
this
put-
yet today. My face is all up on this toilet.
That's another problem I have is that I take shits on my toilet. So it means that I sat there. And
Oh, yeah,
took the
you don't
shit.
say?
I don't want to put my face on the toilet seat where my ass be at.
So you've never thrown up in a toilet, or you've never had to go throw up in a toilet where that's taking place that day.
I didn't put my face on it.
Well, I mean, how, dude? I mean, we're not talking about food poisoning now. We're talking about like stone cold drunk.
Yeah, like if anything, I have my arms on it, have my head on the arms. I'm not like laying on the
What
seat.
do you think is worse? Having your face halfway into the toilet bowl or on the cover, on the seat? It's both
Having
pretty
it on
bad.
the seat.
It's both pretty bad.
It's both bad, but like if I had to
Dude,
choose,
I know this is a little TMI, but I was throwing up so bad that like it was splashing. I was like, it was so fucked up. I was having a bout with sickness that day. Man, Vivi just didn't know what to do. She's like, "Are you okay?" She's like, "Not right now. I gotta go." Just fucking run.
and
to
you
the
can't
toilet.
even drink water because it just come right back out.
Yeah, that was happening.
It's fucked up.
But I knew the last go with it. Like I know it was like 12th round shit. I was like, either way, this is the last round. We're just gonna go.
This shit is coming to a decision. No TK.
I need to lay down, but I need to go to bed, bitch. So that's what that was my Friday. It was nice and
It's not how you want to spend Friday, man.
it's not ideal, and it's not okay. It's
Yeah,
not
that's fucked up,
fucking
man.
okay.
That definitely sucks.
No,
Yeah.
it just reminds me that honest. Well, so I mean that's happened once or twice. Like I'd be having my digestive issues, but that's happened once or twice, and most people get sometimes food just doesn't agree with you.
Sometimes food poisons people.
Yeah, I mean it is what it is, but it does. It's one
All
of those
them
reminders that like
HGH or something like GMO. I don't know what all that shit is. Anything that they put in your food that's not.
yeah, I mean all the additives that probably aren't really natural. But I mean at the same time, it's just a reminder for me like I got to think about like. Because I was like, all right, let's go get some drinks. And
You're old, man. Your immune system, digestive system ain't what it used to be.
no, I got I had cheese curds, and usually they're fine. These were like super. It's like they double fried them. They were. I didn't like them at all. But I was
So
like,
you think that's what did it?
I think that didn't
It
help.
can't be because I feel like
no, I
you'll
don't
get
think
food poisoning if they were undercooked.
No, I don't think it helped. No, I think food poisoning just happens if
There's usually an underlying reason.
I mean, it could
Contaminated or
be
it's like undercooked.
You're saying that the fried couldn't have had something to do with it?
Unless the oil itself that they use was
maybe,
nasty shit.
Maybe. Either way, and I had like, but in conjunction with, I had tater tots and I had sliders.
Oh, you ate like an 8th grader.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's up. That's how I usually.
And 3 big beers and 3 big ass beers.
In a similar nasty but hilarious food story, after we went to go look at the boat yesterday, we stopped at boner beef. I don't know how to pronounce it.
I call it. To me, it's buena because it's B.
But it ends with an A. But there's no E in the middle.
Did you not just hear me? I said, yeah, it is. It's BUENA.
No, it's BUONA.
Buona beef.
That's why I said bona beef, whatever the beef is called. They also serve chicken, so it should be bona beef and chicken. I don't know.
Fuck.
But anyway, yeah, I don't know.
I've been calling it. I've been making an idiot out of myself.
Mrs. Crabapple. So we went. We ordered.
It wasn't that such a. It was a serious ass story, right? He's like, wait a minute. Her name is Mrs. Crabapple.
We got to get this fucking show underway. We're not telling nothing else until it comes.
What show underway?
The show. The show.
Oh
about shows.
yeah.
So we ordered our food, and then I
Is
took,
that what we? This is the show.
that'll work. So they gave us our cups. I was popped like, "Yo, what you want? I'll get you a drink." Because he went to the bathroom to go wash his hands, right? And then he came out and he sat down and he was like, one of the guys, I saw him coming out of the stall and he didn't wash his hands. And I think he works here. He's like, but I looked behind the counter and he didn't look like he was a cook, but he might have been the one who puts the shit on the plate, which could be worse.
That's what
he was like, I was looking for his manager to tell him.
That's what he said.
Yeah, man, I was dying laughing. I was like, it's fucking nasty,
I think
but
if there's ever a way a time to be a Karen or a male Karen or any Karen really is if you see somebody in a restaurant go back and not wash your hands.
What's the male Karen's name? Kyle?
Larry. Yeah.
But why?
I don't know. It just seems like Karen's married to Larry.
I think Karen would be married to like some dude with a similar name. It starts with a.
No, I just feel like they go hand in hand. Karen and Larry, that's that fucking couple over there. You want to do nothing with them, they're going to fucking call the cops or tattletale or.
That's why I thought Kyle works. Karen and Kyle.
And then their kids are going to. Karen's kids be the worst.
You just really hope that people like Karen don't have kids, you know?
The problem is they be having like 6 or 7. And then they get divorced and they get that stupid ass bitch haircut where they get the bob, right? Me and Vivi talk about it all the time. I'll be like, yo, you know what kind of haircut she got, right? She must have got a divorce like earlier this year. She's starting to get like, go to the gym. She got the bob. That's the I broke up and I'm empowering myself haircut.
All that hair was contaminated by him.
I don't understand I don't get the correlation between. I mean, maybe I do.
I don't.
You know what I'm.
The only time
I told you last week when I saw you, it was like, yo, you got to get a haircut to cut off the sick, right?
Yeah, that's what I do with my beard.
Understand that. I get that.
That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, I get
But
that.
it has nothing to do with like a marriage ending. Now you just look stupid, bitch. Like, I don't know what you did.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hilarious. But I mean, a lot of people cut their hair to like empower themselves.
Yo, I told Pops I was looking to get a haircut this Saturday. I was like, "What? Give me a time about when you want to go and look at this boat." Because he was like, "Oh, the guy's gone at 4:00. Just got to go before then." I was like, "Word. I want to get a haircut. Let me know. I'll work around whenever you want to go do this thing." So then Friday comes along, and I was like, "Yo, you still didn't give me a time." And he was like, "Oh, I thought I did." I was like, "No, man." So I was like, "Listen, I'll just go get a haircut next Saturday. All right? I'll put it off a week so that you can get your boat. All right?" And then I was like, "So what time do you want to go?" He's like, "Not too early, not too late. How does that work for you?" I was like, "The fuck is you talking about? There's not a time."
They are not good at giving you times and hard
and so
schedules
to make
follow.
matters worse, he scheduled like his appointment for next week with them at 11:00 on Saturday. I was like, "Bruh, I'm not coming." I was like, "Get your other son to come with you. I'm going to get a haircut." Like, I don't know if you see this right now. You can't because I put a hat on. That's strategic. It's not something that should just continue going on this path. It's not good. So I said, "Sorry, man, but Saturday next week is you have 2 other boys. Let them come along with you." So you're on the hook next Saturday.
I can't be. I got my my reunion Saturday actually.
It's gonna be in the morning. You're gonna have a Saturday morning reunion. They don't do that.
I actually believe I'm doing some other stuff. But anyway,
Go with your pops to get his boat, man.
The reunion thing is pretty funny to think about because that's actually next Saturday.
I had just drove by Lane, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, no, 20 years. Well, it's been 20 years in June actually, but 20-year reunion coming
Well,
up.
technically for you, it had already been 20 years because you were 17. You were 17 when you graduated, no?
I graduated. It doesn't change the year I graduated at.
Not a word, but I'm just saying, like, 20 years has already technically taken place for you personally.
In June,
Word.
like it would have for everybody else. I don't get what you're saying. But yeah, so it's weird. But I think we've discussed the idea that reunions honestly aren't. I don't know.
I don't want to see everybody.
Nowadays there's not it's no real surprise.
Yeah,
like,
there's no charm in it.
It's not like, oh, I haven't seen you in 20 years. I literally haven't heard anything about what you were doing. Now you got everything on social media. Most people are on Facebook. Most people are on IG, or have been at some point. So you've kind of, or even that they've been on. They're friends of people who are on there, and you see little updates on their life and whatnot.
Like 80s, 90s.
Oh, I saw that you had a kid. I saw that you got divorced. I saw that you got married again.
80s, 90s TV shows, whenever they had like a reunion, and it always was like the husband and the wife went to high school together, and they're like getting ready to go to the reunion together. And so the wife is always like, "Oh yeah, I can't wait to see this bitch there. I hope she got fat." Like,
right?
There's none of that.
Because
from a general stance, there's just no surprises.
No,
social media has kind of taken the need for a reunion out of.
I don't know about the need, but it's taken the anticipation maybe. Because so listen, I always envisioned what a reunion would be as far as, a high school reunion or what have you, based on, I guess, what TV would show, right?
In the fucking gym of the high school.
Yeah, you go to the gym or but it's like a little bit more formal. Everybody brings their
somebody in the school who like had a band but was never successful is playing the music.
Yeah, just ironically. But like
spiking a punch bowl and shit.
But now, I don't know, like, it's just weird. Like, again, people bring their significant others. It was like an event. Now it seems like it's going to be cool, but it seems like everybody but again, and this might be for the best, I don't really think anybody's bringing anybody but themselves, which makes sense. It's your high school reunion.
True.
Who would ask me? Somebody asked me about is Vivi coming to your high school reunion? Honestly, I was like, no, because there's no reason for it. I was like, why would she come? And now, like, the point is for me to catch up with people I haven't spoken to in years, and kind of
the idea is that like this is your life now and you're introducing people to who you are today, I mean
but not I guess, but at the same time what happens is like then you just become the couples hanging out, and now everybody's just, I think it's true. It's best honestly is if it's more or less just the people who went to high school, because now you can kind of intermingle, bullshit, talk, and you don't feel like you have to like
stick by her side all the time,
and they don't feel like I think it becomes unintentionally burdensome.
Dude, that's every aspect of any relationship of life. It's always burdensome.
Well, no, I mean, I think one might feel like they might be like, for lack of a better term, imposing. The other might feel like, oh, I have to make sure that they're.
Well, you can literally have a conversation where you iron out all these details. Listen, these are people who I went to school with. I'm gonna be like going around mingling with people.
Yeah, I know, but
then they're like salty that you left them behind.
But then what's the point of them being like? There's no point, right?
It's true,
like, in order for, I think it's just a reunion, so people can like, oh, dude, remember this, remember that, like. Having our significant others and a group of people behind us is like hilarious. I mean, not that it just seems weird.
I feel like having tables in those places is a bad idea.
No, I think
nobody needs sitting. You just hang out.
I don't think I don't really think there's gonna be tables. It might be tables.
Every
like
one that
tables.
I've seen in a.
Well, this is gonna be at
Well, we were talking about like
Park
having,
and Field. Actually,
like what they showed.
Remember where we went? We went to Park
gym.
and Field. That's that day we played drunk basketball at the block party. That was fun.
Yep.
Yeah, we went. That's the only time I've ever been there, I think.
Scuffed my shoes that
Maybe
day.
Actually, I've been there twice. I take that back.
Yeah, drunk basketball is fun, but it's dangerous.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah. You don't know what you're aiming at. You're just shooting.
How's your basketball weeklies coming along?
Weekly basketball is fine.
Find yourself a little bit more injured more frequently a little bit?
It's just honestly, it takes its toll because I believe most hoopers would understand what I say. That I'll go in, I'll be like, all right, today I'm not gonna do this. I'm not gonna whatever. Like
whatever your game plan is, you're gonna play your game.
Right.
Matter.
No matter what it is, I only know the one speed. Like I only know to keep moving. I know my style of play is my style of play. So I can't say, all right, today I'm just going to hover around the 3-point line and I'm going to spot up shoot, because I still want to go get that. I see
Although
that.
I do like that part of the game too. So it's
Of course. But it's like, it's when you read the when you read a shot and you're like, oh shit, that coming off towards me. I could take that and shoot it from
If I jump up, I can tip that my way.
And it's like my instincts come into play, not what my brain wants me to do.
True.
So
And your body's like, excuse me, sir. Muscle memory is one thing, but like, stop.
Oh, you just reminded me. All right, so it may be the first time I've ever felt the idea that maybe my speed might be leaving me a little bit, right? Because
Is it
generally,
true if you don't use it, you lose it?
generally, like, and I'll even say maybe like that the last few weeks, but like because my legs been a little sore, I was feeling pretty quick, but I learned the first time I felt it.
Somebody younger than you ran by. And you were like,
No, I felt that. But that to me is different than me not being able to get down that court fast.
Hurt
enough.
your heart a little bit. I used to be that.
No, I felt that. That's heartbreaking in itself. But I read a pass coming, and I was like, all right, I know he's passing. That for some reason I just know he is. He don't see me, so he passes, and I deflect it. Classic, like almost like somebody's like, I thought I was about to see LeBron, like how he goes on the break, and I tap the ball. And the ball's going, and I'm running, man. And I just couldn't.
The ball goes out of bounds before
I
you
couldn't get
to
to the fucking ball, man.
fucking fast ass ball.
I couldn't
Why are you
get
so
to it.
fast?
I couldn't get to it. It was a free layup. Too. And I don't even know. A year ago, maybe, like it was a free layup. Not that night. But it was it was a nice deflection. I felt good about it.
Hey, man, it was a good play regardless,
But you know what? I did have a spin move play that I felt really good about.
Okay.
And that made me happy. You know those plays where you even go, woo! Like, I felt like, all right.
One of those plays where everybody on the court recognized you.
That was a coach.
All right.
That was a Coach
nice
Carter
to see what
moment.
you did.
I did that. I tied that knot. Yeah, no. So that was heartbreaking. I felt it. It was one of those where I felt like I saw myself out of body, and I know I wasn't running fast. Like it was like I was trying so hard.
Yeah.
My quick twitch muscles.
I put what I thought was going into the next gear, but the shifter got stuck.
No, it's like my quick twitch muscles wasn't quick twitching. They were just like they were just twitching a little bit. Like man, it was demeaning, disheartening, the frosting, just a whole bunch of D's, nuts, pause. Yeah. So yeah, basketball's going all right.
Sounds like it.
But I mean, it's something that I'm glad I started playing again. It's been fun.
Yeah.
The shit talking, but the good thing about this bunch, I'll say this, man. If you ever come to play, we don't.
They all recognize their mortality.
We all know. The good thing is most of us are in our 30s, or late 30s, early 30s. There's a few young cats that come, which is cool. Like it helps even it out. But so we'll start at 8 o'clock, ends at 10. Generally, I get there about 7:35 because I want to do a little stretching, get some shots up.
Word.
Smart. And we might start playing. We start playing as soon as 10 come. As soon as 10's there, we start shooting for a game, and we play 10 minutes or up to 11. So every 10 minutes we're switching. So we might get 8-9 games in that time.
Okay.
So it's like very efficient. There's not a lot of arguing.
Man, that's why I used to hate GOMS when we had way too many people, because I'm like, yo, we need 10.
Yeah.
We don't need 15 people. We need
and nobody
11
nobody
maybe.
was okay with putting a time restraint on the game.
Because I'm like, yo, if I'm gonna go and sit down after this game, I'm gonna come back and be all kinds of fucked up. I'm gonna fucking have like what's it called, cramps all over the fucking plate. My legs are gonna feel like shit. I need to play like 2-3 games and then like I'll sit. But I don't want to do this one game, sit one game. And they're like, oh well, you should win. I'm like, oh well, yo mama.
No, I think there's a good way to have these like nights go pretty quick.
We ain't never lost the game because of me. Damn it.
That's probably not true.
Nah,
but
that's not.
But no, it's a really efficient way about playing. So it's good. But honestly, it's been nice to play. I didn't think I was gonna play Thursday, and then I just kind of like started thinking about it throughout the day. It's like, fuck it, let's go play some ball.
Yeah.
I felt all right. I didn't hurt my back, but the day after at work, I had a lot of fucking lifting going on, and I think I did like kind of aggravate my back again.
Hey, listen, man. As you get older in life, and I'm telling you, this is not that old. He's the old guy. Stretch. You know what I mean?
Oh, dude,
stretch.
I stretched. I started stretching.
But don't overstretch because I did that shit too.
Well,
my groin was all sore for like a week.
It depends on what
Remember that?
you got to do. You got to do dynamic stretching. Not static.
You got like little all over on your shirt.
That was
Maybe like your ears like over sweat, and that's what happens to the
it's from these
your headphones.
Yeah, they're falling off.
I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Remember we went to go and play at that one gym. I was at Mount Prospect. Whatever, and I had overstretched clearly because my fucking whole groin area was not like I was like I'm not about to run. If it's one thing, if you ever fuck your groin up like that, do not.
No, but I do stretch. I stretch from like I start stretching like 6:55ish because I leave at 7:20 to get there. So I give myself like 25 minutes stretching, like nice good stretching, like dynamic stretching though, like shit that like for your hips and then just a lot
nice
of that.
pelvic bowls.
Yeah, nice pelvic bowls. And then by the time I get there, like I'm ready to start shooting and warming up. But it's been good. It's been good, man. Honestly, hopefully you get back and start hooping with us soon.
Yeah, man. Listen, I don't want to jinx it, but since my latest bout with COVID, which lasted a good better part of a month, I would think that it would have compounded my breathing issues, right? But it seems like they're not as severe since. Knock on this hard ass wood. Pause.
Meaning what from before, but prior?
Meaning
to
like
it?
yeah. So like prior to I told you like what the issue is basically like overexertion, trying to catch my breath, whatever. And I can go like a good 5 minutes or so without like being able to feel like a satisfied breath. And then obviously it became less frequent, but it was still an issue the same way. And it still exists now, but it's like if I feel like my breath is like not satisfactory, like one yawn essentially will put it back in its place where I was having a lot like more strenuous issues with that prior.
So like in between, it's it's the normal breathing, like just how you would be sitting right here.
So like normal breathing most of the time is okay, and then like I'll feel like that feeling in my chest where it's just like not satisfied yet, and then like the yawn is like my body's natural response to try to get enough oxygen in there or whatever, which already is fucked up because the oxygen level was never a problem, but now instead of like having failed yawn after failed yawn, not being able to complete and feel like satisfied there, one typically gets me back on the right track.
Okay.
So it's weird that an additional bout with COVID would help kind of even that out a little bit, I guess.
I mean, I don't know too much about why. I mean, I couldn't make a guess, but I mean,
it's like, in shows where they like somebody hits their head and it like has them all fucked up, and then they hit their head again, and all of a sudden they're like perfect. And
is this like a double negative, like that kind of?
That's kind of what it feels like a little bit,
Like so, basically, like Homer Simpson took the crayon out, was intelligent.
Yeah.
Put the crayon back in. So if you got COVID again,
well, I wouldn't go with that.
So if you got COVID again, you're breathing. You'd be bad at breathing again.
Yeah, it's not.
Has anybody ever worded it that way?
Not to me because I haven't.
You're just bad at breathing.
Yo, if I was bad at breathing, I got to think that making it to 33 was not an option. Like
making it to 33 wasn't an option.
If you're bad at breathing, you just can't.
Well, isn't that a form of like sleep apnea?
No, because it's again, I don't know how many times you have to misconstrue this situation, but it's not anything to do with while I'm asleep. It's not anything to do with while I'm running.
Well, when you sleep,
I could be at a perfect.
I'm just saying
I could have been sitting on the couch for the last 4 hours,
closely related,
fucking just binge watching TV, and like I'll have an issue like it just feels like terrible.
It could be closely related.
I don't think so,
but it could be.
Well, that's great that you feel that way, but none of my doctors out of the 3 that I've seen for this situation, or 4 actually at this point, have said that. So I just feel like somebody with a medical degree would have been like, "Oh, what about this?"
He's just bad at breathing. No, that's no. I'm listening. I'm not trying to demean it by any way. And like I guess if it makes sense to not do these types of things that overly exert you, then
well, and again, like I told you last time I spoke to the doctor, I had my physical like in May or some shit. And he was like, "Yo, if you want to go and do those things, just like he gave me like that inhaler or whatever, the albuterol, and he was like, take 2 puffs 15 minutes before, go out there, do what you're gonna do. If it like, and you can kind of tell if it's onset like that way, He's like, it might make you just feel like more comfortable to have had the inhaler puffs in there, just so you know, like
Placebo.
yeah, and not even necessarily placebo. I mean, it literally has an effect. That's what the albuterol is. It's like what do they call it? A bronchodilator. It's supposed to open up your lungs, you know. But he's like, if you feel just more comfortable going at it like that way, so you know you already had some kind of pre-treatment, and you know, like you can kind of tell if it's going to give you more of an issue or not. So he's like, do the things that you want to do. Like, just, you know, approach them with caution compared to what you would normally would have.
Got it. Well, then we're gonna have to get you out there doing some game
Playing
going.
basketball.
We're playing basketball.
Yeah, that's what I
now
want to
basketball is my favorite sport. I like the way they dribble up and down the court.
But yeah, so I definitely want to get on a court. I would just ideally get on a court which had no other individuals on said court. You know, so that I can get out there, run up and down a little bit, shoot some shots, get a flow going.
Well, yeah, I mean, getting reps up is ideal. I think I would like to do the same thing, honestly. And I've been playing. I want to get more reps up in terms of shots, and because it just never feels consistent.
I drove by a park yesterday. It's like one of those subdivision parks, right? Like it's at the end of the subdivision, and they have like one half court outside, and it's a really nice one actually. Like it looks like they keep it nice and paved and like whatever, everything's intact. The net is there, but it's like 900 degrees outside or some shit today.
Yeah, I saw Thursday's supposed to be 99 degrees a high.
Yo, I'm gonna be right in this house.
Man, unfortunately for me, I work outside, bro. It's gonna be a tough week.
You need to conserve some of your PTO so you can just take it off on the extra hot days during the summer.
I take it back. Look at this.
Gloves are too tight. That's hot. 101 on Thursday.
101 degrees.
And you already know that the humidity
level. It's going to feel like 105, 110, man. So it means today it's 90 now. Tomorrow is 84, 92, 97, 101. Fuck.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I need to move to a cooler climate.
No, I don't.
You know what my problem is with summer here is that like it's not just hot. It's hot and humid and gross. It's fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
If it didn't have the humidity, like if we can decrease the humidity like 50%, I'd be in good position here. Today is the first day this summer that I went outside, took the dog out, and I was like, it was actually having an impact on my breathing. I was like, it's fucking thick out here.
The air is thick.
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is probably the last push, if I'm honest with you.
It's one of them late summer, what do they call them, Indian summers?
No, Indian summer is supposed to be when at the right, like as summer ends or right, actually in the beginning of fall, something along those lines.
Is that offensive? Is that an offensive term? What makes it an Indian summer?
I think it is pretty offensive.
Well, sorry, I got no problem with the Indian people.
Man, that's crazy.
Yep.
And then my reunion's on Saturday, and it drops down to 74 for the high. That means it might be kind of cool that night, which is all right, I guess. Don't want it to be fucking like swamp ass hot. Everybody's sitting around there dripping. This is ridiculous.
Yeah, man. That's not the day you want to go in the court. It's like the
I'm definitely not playing basketball Thursday.
Because if that court is anything like Gomps,
it's exactly like that.
Oh, fuck that. That's you're gonna have like melted human on the floor.
Dude, no.
That shit is not fun.
I probably won't play Thursday. If it's 101 degrees, that means the whole day the gym's gonna be baking. It's gonna be a fucking shit show.
Yep.
No, I probably won't hoop.
Yep.
Honestly, I don't think I think Vivi's got a work function she wants me to come to. I got a haircut Thursday night, actually. Now that I think about it.
Nice.
Had to get fresh to death, you know what I mean? And then
can't let a day go by without me being fly, fresh to death, head to toe till the day I rep.
Okay. Man, I gotta go buy a pair of liners for I want to line the beard myself. I want to keep it lined, so I can get. I want it. I don't want.
What is a liner? Like a actual tool to line it up?
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm not gonna get the bevel.
Line
I just don't want to spend $200 on it right now.
Hey man, listen, I bought that thing like 5 years ago, and it's
Do
still.
you oil it?
Yeah, of course.
Do you clean it out properly?
But of course.
Okay. Yeah, I got because I have my Oster. I got the trimmers that we can fade each other up. Those I clean up well too.
Important.
But I have that peanut. You know how long that peanut's like? At least 13 years old, 14 years old.
I had a white one. I had a black one. Pause. All that were applicable. Every time.
Bet you did, you gay bitch.
Every time I got when I got the bevel.
I can't control myself.
Look at him
sometimes.
cracking himself up.
I
man.
can't control myself sometimes.
Every time when I got the bevel, I gave Pops the peanut, and then he broke it.
I don't know how, man. Mine has survived so much.
Majid, that's like his favorite fucking tool. He swears by that shit.
That's where I learned to. I was like, I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
No, I want one that has like the nice T. The T
T-top. That's what I have for.
We
the
bought
bevel.
it. Didn't we get it like you got it a year or something later, right? Or
Yeah. Because
I
at first they
remember.
only had like the regular flesh one. And
You
I
see
was
the
like,
ones they got now? It's like digital, and you can.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are dope.
Fancy
I'm gonna go
schmancy.
take a look at some. I think I'm gonna go to Target and grab a because I want my like. It's funny, man. I don't know why, but sometimes the barber forgets, and they'll go a little low. I like to keep mine as like natural and high as possible. If I let it grow, like you would have it. I like it to just be straight down. So either way,
Nah, I always trim it here now. I have because I have 3 tools that I use for my beard. One is to trim it, one is to line it up, and the other one is to just clean it, like get the residual
the round
hair.
joints, like is that the ones that the barbers use with the round?
No, that's
top?
the one where it's like a rectangle, and then it has like it's like a gold plated top, and it's literally just like to get a close.
Well, that's
shave.
what I'm saying. Yeah, but like they have the one that has like the 2 round, or is it just a full?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
actually it is the 2.
Okay.
Yeah, the one I have right there. You see it?
He said, no, I don't know what the time
You've seen it in my bathroom.
It's right there.
But yeah, no, that thing is amazing. That shit is like that gets.
I got to
super
go
close.
invest in a couple more things. The problem is I don't really got room for anything. It's kind of like I
Could
got
be a
no
problem.
room.
Well, what you got to do is you put like some hooks on the side of your wall and just hang it over the thing.
We don't got room for that. Just my own barbershop in the house. Anyway,
Oh man, listen, as a man, sometimes you got to have the right equipment or whatever.
otherwise you're not a man.
Yeah.
We got to go.
All right.
Before I say something too bad,
Let's get Mr. Bubble Guts out of here.
you got the BGs.
I put it back to our normal pod tune, which at some point in life we'll
We're gonna have to change it soon.
figure that out. But
They couldn't possibly.
and that, yeah. Thank you all for tuning in to episode number 188 of Kasson Avenue, aka not a podcast. I don't really think we need the AKA part, but like
I
whatever.
don't even know what this is at this point.
It's not a podcast, man. We
I
just
don't
talk.
know what we talk.
We just
about
get on
today.
camera and we just talk shit, you know? So thank you for watching that, if you did, you know? And then
There's not many of you watching right now. That's
there's some people out there, you know? Listen,
Right,
if the
current-
people who are watching are the ones who are subscribing, that's all I really fucking need.
currently there are 68 views from last week's podcast.
Fuck it.
Hey, watch.
Hey, you! But nah, man, if you are one of those people who watch it all the way through, we appreciate you. You know what I mean? And again, we would also appreciate you leaving a comment so that we know that.
Yeah.
But y'all have a great whatever week. You know, enjoy your work.
Whatever they call it.
Yeah. You know, and then we will be back for episode 189 next week, and that's all we got for you this time. Until then,
That was the worst sign off ever.
says somebody who only has a comment and the sign off is done.